Good evening, everyone. December 7th, 2022, 6 p.m. I want to bring Sonoma City regular council meeting to order. The meeting will be conducted in person and also via virtual media participation through the Zoom. Also, it is televised by channel local 27 and also live streamed on our city website and also YouTube. Emails continue to be accepted will not be read aloud in visitor meeting. We will start our meeting by Pledge of Allegiance. I would like to invite Chase Hunter lead us for Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. I would like to ask our city clerk, Ms. Rebecca Barr, for roll call, please.
Councilmember Agramonte?
Here?
Councilmember Felder?
Here.
Councilmember Lowe?
Here.
Vice Mayor Barnett?
Here.
Councilmember Dean?
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Today, we don't have any closed session meeting, so no any information to share. Next, I would like to approve today's agenda. If any item we need to rearrange or to remove.
I move approval of the agenda.
Mayor Dean, if I may, I'm sorry. We need to remove item 3.1 from the agenda because
With the removal of item 3.1.
All right, yeah. 3.1.
I was going to say that.
Okay. That is the 3.1. We'll postpone to next meeting.
actually, Mr. Storer would like to postpone till January.
Okay, that's
what
good.
he told me.
All right.
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Councilmember Agramonte?
Aye.
Councilmember Felder?
Aye.
Councilmember Lowe?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Barnett?
Aye.
Mayor Dean?
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Agenda number 1, public comments. This section purely for comments from the public. I encourage each speaker keep your comments in 3 minutes or less.
Good evening, Council. Lori Gallion. Do you still give address? 434 Rosalie Drive, Sonoma, California. Just wanted to say thank you to Mayor and Council members. The Seroptimist did their Santa Claus and hot chocolate on the plaza with the lighting of the Christmas tree on Friday night. It was a very successful event. We would not have been able to do it without the cooperation of the City of Sonoma and most importantly, the coordination with Lisa Jansen. So I just wanted to say thank you. The children of Sonoma, the children of the Springs, all had a wonderful time, had pictures with Santa, hot chocolate, cookies, candy canes, and it was wonderful. The fire department, special thank you to the fire department for giving Santa a lift to the plaza, and also to the Native Sons who helped contribute. And most of all, we had volunteers from the team services up in Boys Hot Springs, and they were some lovely young women who were so gracious to help hand out cookies and take pictures for the parents who wanted to be there probably for the first time in some instances with their children. So thank you. It was a very wonderful event. Seroptimist of Sonoma Valley thanks you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, City Council. Matt Metzler, 1110 Friar Creek Drive, Sonoma. And I wanted to welcome Ms. Farrar-Rivas and Mr. Wellender and Mr. Gurney to the council. I look forward to seeing what they will accomplish in coming years. The City Council has passed a climate emergency resolution, and I wonder what the new City Council, whether they will still be committed to taking action to reduce the City of Sonoma's climate impact. An action the city can take that will help reduce greenhouse gases is to encourage folks to bicycle or walk instead of driving around Sonoma. I came here tonight because I want to express my appreciation to the City of Sonoma for the things that they have done to improve pedestrian and bicycle access around town. For over 20 years to get downtown, I've had to bicycle on First Street West, which feels very unsafe to bicycle on because of so many parked cars, car traffic, people pulling in and out of driveways. And now this evening, I was able to ride on to this meeting on the Friar Creek Bridge and on the bike path. So I really appreciate being able to ride here in a safer, car-free route. I live right around the corner from the Friar Creek Bridge, and I want you to know that a lot of bicyclists and pedestrians are using that bridge. I see students using the bridge every morning and afternoon to get to and from the high school and Adele Harrison Middle School. And I think it's great because before the bridge was built, I assume a lot of those students were being driven in cars to and from the high school and Adele Harrison. And now there's a shorter way to walk or bicycle to school, and there's less car traffic, which benefits everyone. The pedestrian and bicycle bridge is a great asset to the City of Sonoma. In addition to providing an easier way to get around town, it is a great place to walk between Hurtinson Park and Gene Carter Park. So if you haven't yet, I encourage everyone to take a stroll or ride a bike over there and check it out. I also want to thank the City of Sonoma for the buffered bike lanes on Broadway. We now know that feeling unsafe is the biggest reason why people don't bicycle more, and that protected bike lanes and low-stress bicycle networks are key to a future where we can all ride and bicycle more safely. I've read a 13-year study by the University of Colorado, Denver, and the University of New Mexico, which shows that protected facilities can reduce bicycle crashes by 50% and reduce bicycle deaths by 44%. So the buffered bike lane on Broadway and the Friar Creek and Newcomb Street bike and pedestrian bridge are key elements in creating a more bikeable city. Thank you for your service to the City of Sonoma.
Thank you so much, Matt. Anybody? All right. How about to Zoom?
No, Mayor Dean.
All right. I would like to close public comment. Let's move to agenda number 2, meeting dedication.
Oh, thank
Please.
you. Oh, thank you for letting me go first. I'm dedicating this evening to Arlene Dorr, D-O-R-R, Hoban. Arlene Dorr Hoban, 97, died Tuesday, November 1st in Aurora, Illinois. And she was, I'm so amazed by women that she went to night school, got her bachelor's degree. I think that was so amazing. Her greatest pride were her children, her grandchildren, and her great-grandchildren, and she never missed an opportunity to fill you in on the accomplishments of them all. She was married to Dr. William Hoban, and she leaves behind, she's survived by her children, J. William Hogan III, Bill Hoban, probably many of you know. This is his mother. Tina of Sonoma, Michael, and of Sonoma, and also Mitch, Michigan, and Christopher of Aurora. I wanted to dedicate this evening to Arlene Dorr Hoban.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Ding. I would also like to dedicate this meeting on behalf of the council to Don Araldi. Don Araldi, described as a loving father, avid sportsman, and longtime owner of the venerable Araldi's menswear and shoe shop on the Sonoma Plaza, died on October 11th. He was 96. He was a lifetime local resident and was one of Sonoma Valley's most beloved icons. Don attended Sonoma Grammar School, which is the community center today, and Sonoma Valley High School. After his father died, Don left high school at age 15 to help his mother manage the family store. The store was founded in 1923 by David Araldi, near where Della Santina's currently is today. Don and his brother Dave were also big baseball fans, and they committed themselves together to helping establish a top-of-the-line community ball field in downtown Sonoma, which is right across the street, Arnold Field today. Together with a group of like-minded softball players, the brothers formed the Sonoma Valley Athletic Club and raised $25,000 for the field by selling friendship bonds at $10 per share, according to Bill Lynch, former publisher of the Sonoma Index Tribune. Bill said most Sonomans remember Don for his decades at his family store, but many of us local old-timers enjoyed watching him play ball under the lights at Arnold Field, the local ballpark he and his brother Dave made possible. Don and his brother Dave ran Araldi's with their mother until her death in 1968. In the 1980s, Dave retired and sold his portion of the business to Don's son, Dan. As a businessman, Dan said his father could be deceptively sharp with numbers, and he was preceded in death by his wife Faye, who died in 2020 at age 92. He is survived by his son, Dan Araldi, his daughter Marianne, grandchildren Christina Araldi, Clara Araldi, and a great-granddaughter Leah. And again, on behalf of the council, I would like to dedicate this meeting to a true Sonoma Valley icon, Don Araldi.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor Bonnet. Any more dedication? Okay, none. All right, let's move to agenda number 3, presentation. Because we have already removed 3.1 item, so let's move to agenda number 4, public hearing. 4.1, public hearing will be continued to the December 14, 2022. Discussion, consider and take possible action to introduce an ordinance amending the Sonoma Municipal Code amending Title 14, Section 14.27030, amending definition to align the definition of the duplex with the recent changes to the Chapter 19.92 definitions. Title 19, Chapter 19.10, zones and allowable uses. To ensure consistency between 19.10 and 19.40.050 hillside development regarding the requirement for a single-family residence to obtain use permit in the hillside residential zoning district, and other than minor corrections and amending section 19.44.060 continued availability to clarify the terms of affordability and finding such amendments exempted from California Environment Quality Act, (SEQA), pursuant to section 15061B3, General Rule of the SEQA guidelines. Right now, I would like to hand over our interim the city manager and the planning commission, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On this particular item, what we're requesting is that you open a public hearing and then continue this item to the meeting of December 14th. The comment that should be taken tonight should be on the continuance, not on any items related to the subject matter, but just on the continuance of this item. And you can gather council comments as well as public comments regarding that issue tonight. Thank you.
Do we need to make any motion or just let it continue to discuss? All right, sure. Mhm. Any comments? All right. I would like to open to the public. See any comments? Any public comments from Zoom, please? All right.
I'd like to make a motion to continue item 4.1 to the meeting of December 14th, 2022.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Agramonte,
Aye.
Councilmember Felder,
Aye.
Councilmember Lowe,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Barnett,
Aye.
Mayor Ding.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you so much. Agenda number 5, regular calendar, City and Council. 5.1, discussion, consideration, and a possible action to adopt, number 1, resolution requesting approval of the Public Employees Retirement System PERS for hiring of annuitant for the temporary appointment to critical position of interim city manager pursuant to Government Code Section 21-22-1H. And number 2, resolution approving the proposal from the Baker Tilly under which it proceeds in making available Mark Linder for entering the city manager services. City attorney will give us more in the detail and explanation and background information. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Before you tonight are two resolutions. The first resolution approves an employment agreement with Mark Linder, who is a man who's had several decades of experience in municipal government, in managerial positions, and the like. He most recently retired or stepped down as the interim city manager for Windsor and helped marshal it through a difficult period in that city's existence. He's a very highly qualified individual. His compensation, because he's a PERS retiree, is fixed by law. His compensation will be equal to the annual salary paid to the city manager, which is $215,900, and then it's broken into an hourly rate, so he's paid by the hour, because PERS retirees can only work 960 hours per fiscal year. So he has to keep very careful track of the number of hours he works for the city, and he's paid by the hour. The second resolution that's before you is a resolution approving a proposal with Baker Tilly. Mr. Linder is an employee of Baker Tilly, and in order to release him to work for the city, Baker Tilly charges a placement fee of $12,000. That will cover the first 4 months of his work, and thereafter, to the extent he has any hours left, he will be charging, or Baker Tilly will be charging $91 per day. So I would recommend, if the council is so disposed, to approving both of these resolutions. He will come on board on January 2, 2023.
Thank you, Chair. Comments, please. Any comments from our council members? Cover off. All right, I would like to open to public. Any in the public comments from Zoom? All right. All right. So no comments. So it's time for us to move this proposal.
I'd like to make a motion to approve item 5.1, a resolution requesting approval of PERS, from PERS, for hiring an annuitant for temporary appointment to interim city manager, and 2, a resolution approving the proposal from Baker Tilly.
Second.
Oh.
We all
Roll call.
second it.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's okay. I'm getting
Roll call,
older now.
please.
You have to be fast.
Aye.
Sorry.
Councilmember Agramonte,
Aye.
Councilmember Felder,
Aye.
Councilmember Lowe,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Barnett,
Aye.
Mayor Dean.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you so much. Agenda number 6, consent calendar. All items listed on consent calendar are considered to be routine and will be acted upon one single action motion. Today we have total 9 items.
Aye.
Yeah, please.
I'd like to pull item 6.5 for discussion, please.
For 6.5, okay.
And I was also going to pull 6.5, so I'm glad
Okay,
that
that's good.
Councilmember Lowe did that. I would also like to pull item 6.6
6.6
and 6.8.
6.8, that's great. All right, so before we make action, I would like to ask the acting city manager, do you have any items to specific?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Before taking action on the consent calendar, please be advised that Government Code Section 54953C3 requires the City Council to orally report a summary of any recommendation for council action on salaries, salary schedules, or fringe benefits for any city executives. As part of agenda item 6.3, the council is considering adopting revised terms and conditions of employment for some non-representative executive, at-will, management, administrative, and confidential personnel. The city council is being asked to approve an adjustment to compensation of the following positions: the city clerk, the development services director building official, the finance director, the human resources manager, the planning and community development, community services director, and the public works director, city engineer. The base salary adjustment of 10% would be, which is an increase of 10%, would be retroactive to August 17th, 2022. That's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your statements. But we don't need to pull this 6.3 out for further discussion, just only for statements.
That's correct.
Thank you. I need to know, right now, I want to open to the public, if any comments. None. How about the Zoom, please? Oh, okay.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. Are you asking for comments on the items remaining on the consent calendar that have not been removed? Is that the action you're asking for now?
Yes.
Okay, I have comments on the ones-
6.3 will not be removed.
No, I understand, but certain council members have asked for the removal. I'm assuming that when those get discussed separately, there'll be an opportunity for public comment.
That is right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. No more public comments? Okay, no more. All right. Yeah, we'd like to take the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent calendar with the exception of items 6.5, 6.6, and 6.8.
All right.
Second.
Let's say.
I'm doing that just to bother you.
Okay, that is good. Yeah. That is good. All right, roll call, please.
Okay. I'm going to give that second to Councilmember Agramonte.
Would you please? Absolutely.
Councilmember Agramonte,
Aye.
Councilmember Felder,
Aye.
Councilmember Lowe,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Barnett,
Aye.
Mayor Dean.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you so much. Let's discuss in the detail for agenda number 6.25. Adopt a resolution approving 2023 in the City Council meeting calendar. I wanted to hand over to Rebecca.
Well, the city's municipal code allows the city council to determine their regular meetings, their schedule, and the time and days. We typically bring this at the end of the year in December, whether it's first or second, usually. We just when it gets done. And this year we are presenting that annual calendar. It is included, the changes or what's been included in it is the council recess in July, which goes back to 2021. And prior to that, it was the first meeting was canceled in July. We made that change because council members and staff members were able to plan their vacations and not have to be there to either do an agenda packet or a staff report. And then we also had several council members that were traveling during that time. It also includes a date change in January and September. We typically cancel the first meeting in January, coming back from the holidays. But they've been changed. The second meeting in January was changed to, we're proposing January 23rd, because the meeting which regularly would happen would be January 18th, and 4 of the 5 sitting council members will be at the League of California Cities Mayors and Council Members Academy. So they won't be in the city. The second one is in September, and that meeting falls on the League of California Cities Annual Conference. So that is why we're proposing those changes. One thing to remember about this is you can always schedule special meetings or regular meetings. If you need to have another one, say in July, you can always schedule a regular meeting. So with that, if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Yeah, question.
Yes, I pulled this just to, but I think that my general sense is that the majority of the council should decide on their calendar, and I'm hoping that we can perhaps move it to the next meeting. It's one of the things that I think the majority needs to be involved in, and I'd like to specifically just take a look at the April date because it falls on the first night of Passover. And I'm wondering if perhaps when we bring it back with the new council that we can take a look at perhaps an alternate date in April so that all of our residents could feel welcome to our meeting at a time that's convenient for them. So, but that's my suggestion, just because, but I don't want to make that decision absent the majority that would be there. So.
Thank you for your comments. Councilmember Lowe, please.
I was also going to pull this for the exact same reason. I think the future council should decide their calendar, and obviously they have a meeting a week from tonight, and so they can do that. I also, though, if it's pulled, I will offer some comments on next year's calendar, as long as I have the floor. As City Clerk Barr just said, at some point we started taking July off. And I think the future council should consider going back to just continuing to meet in July. Obviously, vacations can be sort of scheduled around meetings, but I think it's important that the council continue to meet every single month. And we always used to do that forever.
Yes.
And so obviously that will be up to the future council, but I think they should consider reinstituting meetings, not just for the council, but for commissions in July.
That's great. Great points. Councilmember Felder? Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're good. Yeah, that is good points.
So with that, I'd like to move that.
No, we needed to. Yeah. Right now, I would like to open to public. No. Any public comments from the Zoom, please? Oh, no. Thank you. I want to close the public comments, bring back to our council, and please make the motion.
I'd just like to make a motion that we re-agendize this for the subsequent meeting and not take action at this meeting.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Agramonte,
Aye.
Councilmember Felder,
Aye.
Councilmember Lowe,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Barnett,
All right.
Mayor Dean?
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Agenda number 6.6, adopt the resolution authorizing entering the city manager to execute a contract with an N. Baker Landscape Architecture Service in an amount not to exceed $100,000, providing a one-core landscape architecture services as needed. Right now, I would like to hand over to our city manager or our public works director.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. One clarification with respect to this item is that we would hope that the resolution would authorize the acting city manager to sign the or execute the contract. With that said, we have Oriana Hart in our Public Works Department here to answer any questions and make a presentation with respect to this item.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Council. So this item is in support of our Parks CIP project, and the amount is from the budget that was approved this fiscal year. That said, the amount is intended, the way we're structuring the contract, to be spread over 2 years, and it's not for one specific project. So the idea is that it would give us the flexibility to address some of the design needs that we talked about when we talked about the budget. So like beginning a conceptual look at MacArthur and West Fifth for a park there, and the bigger project that we'd planned in this year's budget under Measure M for Olson Park, and trying to get some design work there. So if you were to approve this, the next step would be to ask them to come back with the task order for some of the specific tasks. And at that point, we'd have a better constrained price on what those little projects would look like. And it would be spread over not just this budget season, but next year. And we did put out an RFP for this service in October. We got 8 proposals back. A lot of them were very good, and we rated them at Public Works for, public engagement was a big piece because we have these park projects that we have coming up that we really want to engage the public for their experience in playgrounds, their experience with master plans, their experience with just residential parks in general, and finally just the cost of their hourly cost ranking. So this was the one that came forward in our staff recommendations, and I'm happy to answer any questions about it.
Yes.
Yeah, please. Sorry.
Thank you, Oriana. So I pulled this because I just had a few thoughts about it.
Yeah.
$100,000 is obviously a lot of money, and clearly, as you just stated, it'll be spread out over a couple of years, but it's still a large contract. And so, I can't really remember a consulting contract of that magnitude where we didn't know all of the different, who responded to the RFP, what was the metric Public Works used to rate the different applicants, all that kind of stuff. And so that's just one concern I have. Another concern I have is, I think Sonoma has a lot of, just landscape architecture firms, many of whom maybe they're retired, retired landscape architecture professionals, or maybe they're currently working but would be willing to, in a sort of group of, an assemblage of landscape architects, if you will, similar to our tree committee that has arborists on call. Perhaps they would be willing to do something like that in terms of visioning and provide recommendations for our own, local neighborhood parks for free or in a sort of a volunteer service. And so I would want to sort of explore that possibility, because again, if we could get, if people that lived in their town had these sort of professional credentials and wanted to be involved in a way that we wouldn't have to spend $100,000, I would like to explore that. And then most importantly, I pulled this not because I intend to approve or deny it. I would, similar to the previous item, like to continue it to the next meeting, because we have an incoming council member who will be sworn in a matter of moments, who is a professional landscape architect, and I would like him to be, part of that decision-making process.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your thoughtful points.
Can I
Appreciate
respond
it.
to those before we move on?
Yeah.
So we do have a couple of other on-call contracts that are of that same magnitude. So the magnitude is relative to what we're looking at for our design services and our engineering. So I know it feels like a lot, but again, it's a bunch of projects over a bunch of years. And we're happy to provide all of the other proposals and the qualifications if you want to look at those, and we're in support of continuing it too.
That's great. All right. More comments? All right. Let me open. All right, please.
So yes, I'm obviously in support of bringing it forward. I just want to say how happy I am to hear the words "park" on the corner of MacArthur and 5th Street West in a public meeting. For those of you who haven't been following my insistence on, restoring, it's zoned as a park. The people that live in that neighborhood have been asking for this park for a very long time. So this is not going to be just landscaping. This is going to be creating a park. So this is in a place that has been referred to as a park desert. And this would be able for the mobile home park residents to be able to walk across the street and have a park. And so this is it just warms my heart so much to hear those words come out loud from the staff. So thank you, and I look forward to having a full discussion of this at a subsequent meeting with the expertise of Mr. Wellender and others. But thank you so much.
I didn't bring up that point. I just also wanted to say that while we'll take any advice and volunteer services, what we really need is someone to do the design work. So we don't have the capacity at Public Works to do the design. Or to do, really to lead the community engagement piece, which is pretty time consuming, and do those pieces. So we'll take all the help we can get, but if somebody wants to volunteer, it's really to do hands on the ground, design the thing, put it up there, show images, sell the new council on it, all of that stuff. So.
That's great. Thank you. Let me open to public.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. Larry Barnett, 637 5th Street East. I concur with the idea of bringing this back to the subsequent meeting as noted because the council is going to change and this is a very significant sum of money. I might add that the implications of this undertaking, which I support, is going to be reflected as well in the actual costs of the improvements, changes, and alterations, as well as construction of a new park, which is going to be a big budget all of its own. It seems to me that while it would be impossible to come up with a fixed figure on those kinds of improvements at this stage, because obviously a study like this would include looking at that. Nonetheless, it would be interesting to come up with a ballpark figure and a sense of timing, because I very much doubt that even in this 2-year horizon period, you're going to be able to accomplish everything you want to do. So the other aspect that the new council will have to determine is what's the set of priorities, what do they want to address first. And there's a lot of decision making that needs to be done, I think, before you jump into, spending $100,000 for the uncertain path of spending perhaps $1 million later down the line. There's also the issue of ongoing maintenance in the city budget in general as it pertains to the public spaces we have to maintain. And those considerations also have a bearing and I think should be coming forward in any complete study, taking the architectural and improvements and the changes and the creation of new parks alone without the implications of what future maintenance and costs would be associated with those changes is another part of the project. So it's a big project and I think the next sitting council should be the ones to basically dig into it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Larry. Any comments from Zoom? No? All right. Okay, let's come back to City Council.
Would you like to continue this item to the next meeting, or just to, does it matter in terms of noticing? Like, for example, if the next meeting is too busy, would it?
Maybe in the January, yeah, that would be How do you
Thanks,
think?
Mr. Mayor and Mr. Vice Mayor. I would recommend that we put this on for the meeting in January. Give staff a little bit more time to refine the report and move forward from there. I would also clarify that the idea here is to hire a firm that can work on several different projects, and those projects have already been established within the city's capital improvement program. Now, have they been fully evaluated to the extent that Mr. Barnett commented on? No. That's something that would be done on a project-by-project basis. So the first thing you need with any project is a design, and there's a process for going through and making sure that design meets the needs of the city. And that will be part of that process, but without the design services and moving forward, can't really do that. The other thing I'd like to point out is that the RFP process is a public process that any local architect could have provided a proposal for, including donating time. So that process was an open process, and any landscape architect that was interested in putting in a proposal, they could have reduced their cost and might have gotten the selection or otherwise. So I just want to clarify that process that they've gone through, it was a public RFP process, and that if there were local folks that were interested in participating in that, they certainly could have submitted a proposal. Thanks.
That's great.
Well, hopefully all those different applications and the metric can be part of the staff report for January. So
in this way, maybe we still make the motion, rearrange the meeting for the January.
Right.
Next, yes.
Yeah. Is there any further
Any
discussion, or
further
can I make the motion?
All right.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to continue item 6.6 to the meeting of January 23rd, 2023.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Agramonte,
Aye.
Councilmember Felder,
Aye.
Councilmember Lowe,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Burnett,
Aye.
Mayor Dean.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you so much. Agenda number 6.8. Adopt a resolution authorizing the interim city manager to execute a contract with an A+ tree care and sustainability tree company in the amount of $23,981 to provide the tree maintenance and removal at the City of the Sonoma Plaza Park. Right now, again, I would like to hand over our acting city manager, Wayne Wyrick.
Thank you, and I will pass that on to Ms. Hart as well.
Thank you.
Again. All right, so this one started with our previous city manager, Garrett Toy, who was concerned about how long it had been since there'd been an assessment done on the plaza and was concerned about the condition of the trees from a risk to the public perspective. So he asked us at Public Works to do an assessment, and we put out an RFP in the spring. And Bartlett Tree Services did a whole assessment of all of the trees and did a management plan of how we might best manage the forest there going forward. In that, there was a number of trees that are in this contract that were listed as priorities for their high priority, high risk trees that have some element of them that is dangerous. So we put out pricing, request for pricing to just do those specific pieces because they seem like the biggest deal, and then we'll move forward through the rest of the management plan and look at that. We got pricing from 4 other people that had arborists. So Bartlett's arborist looked at all the trees. The people who gave us pricing also had arborists who looked at the trees, and this was the lowest price. Our plan kind of going forward, knowing that this is the plaza, is to also engage an independent arborist to have them look at all the work that's getting done, but specifically the trees that are getting removed, and make sure that they agree and just monitor everything to make sure that they don't do anything wrong. So,
Thank you again for that report, and I actually think that's a great idea. Like, obviously, I think we need to take it's very important we manage the trees in our plaza. And so I'm glad that all that work has been done. I pulled this again for two reasons. One, again, I, to the extent possible, think a professional landscape architect should be involved in some of the evaluation of this. But really, most importantly, I've really only pulled for Ron, for future Councilman Wellender, but also one tree that's being proposed to be removed is one of my favorite trees in the plaza.
Big one?
Which one?
The eucalyptus?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the smaller eucalyptus, correct? Right across from Plaza Liquors. That's sort of in that like bulb out.
Yeah.
And I've always loved that tree. And I recognize the report said there's a polypore infestation, which I guess is mushroom, and over time that can, cause the tree to fail. I also did some research that sometimes that can take 60 years. And so was there any sort of obviously when you cut a tree down, it's, you can't really go back. And so was there any like sort of second opinion on that, or?
So this particular tree is only recommended from A+. So that's one of the reasons that we wanted to have the other arborists come look at stuff before we actually did anything.
Yeah.
So that tree can get reevaluated and doesn't necessarily need to be part of this bigger package.
Yeah.
We can bring that one separately and have people look at it. So all of the other three maples that are by the amphitheater were recommended by everybody, but this specific arborist called that one out as the fungus. So.
Yeah, and I looked at the other trees, which I totally get. That one in particular, I feel like since it's such a prominent sort of feature, we have to be very careful with that one. So, it would be my recommendation to have, a second, third, or fourth opinion on that.
That's great.
So I don't know how we do that moving forward. Can we take that out?
Would you feel comfortable approving the contract and just removing the eucalyptus for a separate issue?
I generally would. To the extent if...
I would support that. It has lasted longer than Plaza Liquors, but...
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, right.
I love that.
All right. Okay, let me open to public right now, and then later we make the decision.
Sorry, Larry Barnett again. The first tree survey I recall was during the time that Bob Kennard was involved with the city and the city council, and he did a tree study to document all the trees and come up with a list of recommendations. And he was an arborist and a former professor at Sonoma State University in horticulture, and owned a nursery, and he was qualified to do it. And it's been regrettable that what I think of not as an urban forest, because an urban forest implies some natural quality, is really what is an urban arboretum, has not received the kind of care and attention it should get. An arboretum is always a collection, a diversity of plants that normally do not grow in the same environment or in the same location. And the city as a whole kind of represents the complexion of an urban arboretum, in that it isn't really a natural forest. You get tropicals and subtropicals and natives all planted willy-nilly next to each other, and it produces conflicts in terms of the canopies and the tree health and the root competition and other things. So a study of the plaza is long overdue. My concern about going ahead with this particular project is, personally, if I were making the decision, being as much of a tree hugger as I am, I would want to know more from the person or the firm that's doing the work as to what their philosophy of work is. I read the report today in full, and the work that's described, for example, as a full pruning, or in some cases a canopy reduction. I'd like to know more about specifically what approach is going to be used, because topping, for example, while it produces the very quick effect of reducing the weight of branches, actually produces subsequent sucker growth, which is much less stable and far more prone to breakage than even in a lengthened tree, which appears to be lengthening the crown. And it's a lot better in some cases to do a thinning rather than a topping. So I would like to know more, and I would think that Ron and the future council might want to know a little bit more from the vendor specifically, who could come before you and talk about the philosophy of what they're going to bring to this work. Because I think there's no more sensitive location in Sonoma where this kind of work can be done and to ruffle feathers than in the Sonoma Plaza. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Robert Demler, 649 First Street West, Sonoma. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. I'm happy to have these discussions about trees. It reminds me of the great discussion we had a few years back about the ginkgo tree that was going to be removed, and I congratulate the City Council on its passion for trees. I would like to see it on some other issues as well, if you wouldn't mind my saying that. Also, trees are wonderful, but our plaza and other parks and parks to be created would also benefit from sculptures. And we have one that I contributed to, the General Vallejo sculpture, which has been and becomes very popular with locals and visitors. So I would like to recommend that Mr. Barnett's favorite eucalyptus tree, that the council consider in the future having Jim Callahan do a life-size bronze statue of Mr. Barnett hugging his tree.
Which Mr. Barnett?
Oh, that is great. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the reason. We very much appreciate the public comments with their wisdom, with the humor, with the love, and with the lots of experience. I appreciate it again for all the public comments. If any comments from Zoom? All right. Okay, I would like to close our public comments, and this one I think we need to have an emotion. Oh, please, Felder.
Well, I would like to agree with Mr. Larry Barnett that I'm not ready to see us move ahead without some further discussion and evaluation of what needs to be done and how it's to be done. So rather than approve this contract, I'd rather push it downstream until more work is done to evaluate the trees.
That's great. Sounds good.
I agree.
I agree.
You know, and again,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
So I'd like to add something, Mr. Mayor.
Sure.
I was here during the debacle of the ginkgo tree. People were coming out in droves. We did nothing. We were supposed to do something, but we did nothing. It was awful. I mean, people were screaming and yelling, and these things are smelling. We did nothing. I don't know. We wasted our time. You can never get that time back. So.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think it's time for us to prepare the motion. Councilmember Felder, would you? Yeah. Okay. Please.
I make a motion that we continue item 6.8 until a date uncertain.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Agramonte,
Aye.
Councilmember Felder,
Aye.
Councilmember Lowe,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Barnett,
Aye.
Mayor Dean.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you so much. Before we go to agenda number 7, I have to present, making a few in the presentation today, because as you know, and today, out of the 3 existing council members, Agramonte, Vice Mayor Council Barnett, and Councilmember Robert Felder are leaving and from out in the City Council. We are very reluctant to part, but we have to. So before that, I want to
I'm reluctant. Thank you so much for that honor.
Yeah, that is cute. Yeah. So the first one I want to present as the key to the city, to our vice mayor and the council of Barnett. Want to take the picture?
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's
Thank
very
you so
nice.
much.
Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah. I really appreciate, I really enjoy working with the Vice Mayor, Council Barnett. Next, I would like you give us some words, please.
Right
Tell the people, yeah.
Well, thank you, Mayor Dang. That was very nice of you, and I really appreciate this plaque. This is very nice. You know, it's been an honor to have been appointed to the council and serve my hometown. You know, and that service started really 12 years ago when former Mayor Ken Brown appointed me to the design review. And it wasn't even the Historic Preservation Commission back then. And, you know, I've taken the service seriously, and I hope I've made a contribution, especially since I've been on the council during a very unique period of transition for our town. Obviously, I was appointed during a pandemic, and, you know, it's a period of transition, and so, you know, I hope I've made that contribution. You know, obviously, this is the end of my term, but I do want to acknowledge, you know, I certainly was not elected to this term. Rachel Hundley was elected to this seat, and I do want to acknowledge her again for her service. And, you know, I strove to take it as seriously as she did. You know, I also want to acknowledge briefly Logan Harvey. I really looked forward to working more with him on the council, and I was very sorry to see him go. I think we could have done some nice things together. And I do want to acknowledge, you know, the rest of you, the rest of the council here. You know, when we, you know, last week or a couple weeks ago when we were interviewing our future interim city manager, Mark Linder, he asked us what we liked best about being on the council, and my answer was working with the four of you. You know, I've really come to respect all of you, and you know, certainly, you know, Madeline, or Council Member Agramonte, you know, I feel like when I met you, I had known you forever. And we've done some great things with the cemetery. And we haven't always agreed on things, but I think that's good. You know, you don't want a council that always agrees. You want different perspectives and viewpoints. And so, you know, and you always had constituent service foremost in your mind. And I think you really sort of set a standard for the rest of us to follow in terms of, you know, responding to everyone's email. And as you always say, it's all about serving the people. And so I just want to thank you for setting that model. Bob Felder, Councilman Felder, I remember being at your final planning commission meeting probably 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, and you were termed out of the planning commission, and I remember thinking how sad that was because you were such an excellent planning commissioner, and I thought it would be great to serve on the planning commission with you one day. And so we fixed the municipal code, and we fixed that, and we did get to serve on the planning commission together as well, and then ultimately on the council. And I've really always looked up to you, and you've really, again, like Councilmember Agramonte, set a standard of service and just putting, you know, the best interests of Sonoma first. And so I just want to thank you. It's really been an honor to serve with you. Council Member Lowe, again, one of my great regrets about not continuing on the council is not being able to work more with you. I think we've really done some great things together in the short time we've served together. And I've just always loved how you say that we are a city of 40,000 people with a tax base and a population of 11,000, and really starting to think about looking beyond our city limits and really being that one Sonoma, that one community we are, I think is really important, you know, looking forward. And so I just want to thank you. And I also want to thank you, Mr. Mayor. You know, you're such an inspiration. Seriously, it's been an honor to be your vice mayor. And, you make me want to be a better, council member and also a better citizen. And so it's, we've had some interesting experiences, including, dining with the Chinese delegation and other people that would come to visit. And I think in large part, whatever country they were from, they came and they were also inspired by your leadership. And so I just want to thank you for all the hard work you've done. And so just briefly, looking back, obviously, I think as any council member would have during their time on the council, you have some regrets and some mistakes. But in general, I think I think we should be quite proud of what this council has done the last at least almost 2 years since I've been on there. I think it can be summed up as like we sort of just got back to basics and focused on, just the fundamental elements of municipal government and constituent service and customer service. I think that's what people sometimes forget. City government, this is customer service, and our constituents and the people of Sonoma are our customers inside, not just, as I alluded to earlier with Councilmember Lowe, it's not just the city of Sonoma, but it's really Sonoma Valley. And so, I think that's really important. And I think, just looking at this plaque here, I was sort of reminded, it says I've been on, started on the Design Review Commission. And I remember when former Mayor, Ken Brown appointed me to the Design Review Commission. He, I said this when I was appointed to the council as well. He gave me advice, and he said, and he used more colorful language than this, quite frankly, but he said, when it comes to Sonoma, don't screw it up. We're so lucky to live in such a special town. And really the advice, don't screw it up. But what does that mean? And I asked him what that meant. And, obviously we know that Sonoma is special in terms of our history and our architecture and our countryside and just the aesthetic, the sense of place Sonoma is, but it's also our people. And Ken was always a big advocate for that. And so what I'm most proud of over the last 2 years that we've been on here, especially with Councilman Felder being on the Development Code Subcommittee, we've really tried to strike a balance by, we've really tried to strike a balance between honoring our sense of place and our character, but also streamlining our code and making it easy to develop more housing in Sonoma. And we haven't gone to extremes on either side. We objectified the code. We streamlined it, and ultimately I think whether it's with the cemetery or with our budget or with our city organization or our development code or just the One Sonoma, I think this council has done a really good job of setting the stage for this next council to sort of take flight and do some really amazing things. And so that's what I'm actually most excited about tonight. I mean, I'm proud of all the great things we've done with the development code, quite frankly, and I don't think there's been any. I think the last 2 years have probably shown we've had the most changes ever really to the development code, and I think that's testament to an excellent planning commission, led by a future council member and his planning commissioners, and we really tried to strike that balance and sort of set that stage. And so while I'm proud of that looking back, I'm really excited about what this future council is going to do with it. I'm also really excited in particular about the future council. I supported all 3 of the future council members, and I'm sure that's why they won. And that was a joke. Didn't work as well as I thought it would. Okay. But if we're acknowledging people, I do want to acknowledge our future council members. Chair Ron Wellender, former Planning Commission Chair, future council member. I have the ultimate respect for him. He always puts what's best for Sonoma first, and I've learned a lot from him, and I can't wait to see what he's going to do on this council. Future Councilman John Gurney, he has been a pillar of our community for decades, obviously as our police chief and then running local nonprofits, and I think the capstone will be his service on the council, and I'm really excited to see how he is going to continue to be that pillar of our community and support that foundation. And Patricia Farrar-Rivas, I was so excited to meet you and so impressed with you and so thankful that you decided to step up and serve at a time when this town really needs you. You have progressive values, you have smart, business acumen, and I think that's a great combination and sometimes rare. So I appreciate you bringing that to the council. And I've been watching city council since I was in high school. I think that probably says more about me than it should. But I think this has the potential to really be one of the best, with all due respect to former council members in the audience. And there are a lot of you actually tonight. I think this really has the potential to be one of the best city councils ever. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do with that and with that stage that hopefully this council has set and that foundation we've given you. And so, and I do also want to thank staff for all of their hard work over the last few years. I know it's been obviously a very difficult few years, and I really appreciate all that. So I will just leave as we enter our bicentennial year, 2023. Obviously, the mission was founded in 1823. It's going to be a big year for Sonoma in many ways, and I can't wait to see what the next council is going to do. And I will leave you with the advice former Mayor Brown gave me: don't screw it up.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Carlson. Appreciate it. So, comments? Right now, the comments from.
Well, I think what I've always loved about council, you laugh at anything I say.
You're funny, Madeline.
You just laughed.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be funny, but so I've always appreciated that. And so I'm always amazed by how refined you are in the way that you look at things. I'm just a puncher. I come out punching and it's like, okay, so I hurt somebody, whatever. But you really are more refined in the way that you do things. And I appreciate that you love my sense of humor. It goes throughout this whole county, So I appreciate it, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
So I don't know about this, not getting to work with me piece, because if you think you're getting away with that, you can forget it. I have your phone number. I know where you live. Because you've been my go-to throughout all of this, and I will miss you terribly. I don't think anyone has a love for Sonoma like you do, and it's great. And thank you for everything you've done. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And let me make sure I have that number.
I would just like to add my personal thanks to council for doing such a superior job for this city. I've really enjoyed all of the people that I've worked with on the various commissions and the council, but the one that stands out to me as the person so dedicated and so willing to give it its all was Kelso. So I just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. Thank you again. I would want to say, actually, Kelso is mine and a fan. I really, before we met each other, I watched on the TV, the review commission. Impressed me a lot. I said, look at this young guy, knowing so much. Someday, if he will become the mayor, that is the best. So I always think, it's a pity. This time, Kelso didn't wrong continue his the councilship with the city. But I believe anytime, and he is ready. And I will not say anything no more because my Pharaohs already mentioned. And one thing is, you set up a very good role model, not only for the generation right now, for the future generations. That is, I appreciate it. That is just like a legacy. He was born here, raised here, and walk around and plaza and each of the buildings and see his steps. We need these kind of positive and loyalty and love to this town. So that's the reason our city could become stronger and in the future. Thank you again. Thank you. All right, let's move to the next one. And I would like to present the key to the city to our council member, Robert Felder. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Is there any time left after?
Yes, that is for your time. That is. Yeah.
Well, I will be brief, but it has been a privilege for me to have been able to serve the city of Sonoma for as long as I have. We retired here in 2001, and I made a vow to get involved because I just loved this town. And I got involved in various community groups, and then the opportunity came along for me to apply for the Sonoma Valley Citizens Advisory Commission. So in 2007, I served there for a couple of years. Then Igvella convinced me that I ought to be on the Planning Commission, so I took a brief stint there for another 12 years. And then finally, with circumstances that were quite unusual, back in June of 2021, there was an opportunity for me to serve one final step of the road in Sonoma to be on the council. And it's been a wonderful ride. I hope that in the time that I've served this city for 15 years that there's been some positives and some accomplishments that have made the city better. And I just want to thank everybody that I've been involved with, staff, councils, planning commissions, Citizens Advisory Commission, all the people that have supported me from this town for being involved. And I just appreciate all of the things they've told me, and I hope that as I go out into the pasture that I have done a job that has made me proud, and I hope it's helped the city. Thank you.
I would like to have some of the words from our council, and later we went open to public. Is it okay? Yeah. I know, and a lot of people want to say.
Sure, and I with good reason. And I think every council should have somebody who cuts to the chase like you do, Mr. Felder. There's been so many times where we've gotten hung up on different arguments where you have just said, let me just tell you what's going on here. This is not going to happen. We've just got to do this. And we all just kind of look at each other after we've been debating, going like, oh, yeah, no, he's right. And you just have a way of doing that is so, it's just so clear and so transparent and just helps everybody get to where they need to be. And I really appreciate that because a lot of times we're just, as we do, we debate and we back and forth. We're trying to come up with an argument, and sometimes you just go right to it, and I appreciate that, and it's invaluable. And I just want to thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Well, Bob, you and I met many, many years ago. I was walking, you were walking, and we just started saying hello, and I know you used to meet with your friends first at some ridiculous hour. I always got you coming home because you walked so early, but always a wonderful person. And of course you were my appointment, I think, to Planning Commission because I thought that what you brought to the city was very, very important. And we have a connection. Igvella also encouraged me to run for the hospital board. He gave me a $100 check. I didn't even know where the hospital was when I first moved here, but so that was our connection. And I just loved sitting and speaking to him, because I used to fundraise in San Mateo County, come all the way up here for cheese. And that's how he and I made a connection. But I still, we still live in the same neighborhood. I have to get out there and walk more, but do you still walk early? Yes? No. Okay, well then we'll be two shifts.
After January, I'll start in again. I have another knee replacement coming up in January.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, Bob. When I call you, I just go, Bob, Bob, Bob. And you're always kind, and your wife is so wonderful and is a women's club member. I'm really happy about that, but it's been wonderful working with you. I really look forward to our continuing our relationship as we go into the future.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, I already said I didn't know how the program was going to go, but I just want to echo what everyone has already said, and I have the greatest respect for you.
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, I have to learn a lot from you. Also, it reminds me, mine engineering background, undergraduate, but I never done any the technical related work. But your the way of the thinking and how to solve the issue definitely is efficient and very, very straightforward and very scientific. Because I know that the city matters. Sometimes it's kind of an art, sometimes it's a science. You can combine both of them together. I really appreciate it. I will continue to learn from you. Thank you. Thank you. And then actually I forgot before I needed to open to the public and more comments. I know that the people want to also make a comments for council and also for the Robert. Right now it's the time, I think.
Well, we have to do
Let's do
Madeline.
Madeline.
Madeline and then later or
Everybody.
okay, that's good.
I think that.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm fine.
Okay, all right.
I don't care. I'm fine.
Right now,
I'm moving on.
right now, I want to.
Moving on up.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
attached.
I'm moving on. Oh,
Madeline?
Thank you, Monique. Thank you.
That is a different, huh?
Oh, look at
Yes,
me.
that is.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, let me read. In honor of your service, Madeline Agrimonte, Sonoma City Council, 2014 through 2022.
Yay for me.
Let me hold this for you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, maybe.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. I love this. This is beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, you know, I have to tell you, I everything you said I would like to say, but you said it more eloquently. But here is what I think is important. The city of San Mateo could not choose a mayor last night. They ended their meeting at 2:30, asked to go on to 4:30, and the city manager said, this is insanity. Even if we come back until we work on this till 4:30. I don't want anybody to wait to be able to have your mayor, your vice mayor, and your council members. I love Sonoma. I've always loved it here. I actually don't want to scare anyone, but I think I lived here before. Don't know what I did, probably riding horses or beating somebody up. I can't remember. But, you know, I moved to Sonoma. My husband retired in 2000, and he said, so what are we going to do? No brainer. His mother had home up here. And I said, I want to move to Sonoma. And it was tough because we left all of our good friends back in Daly City. I was on their council for 12 years there. And when I came here, as you offered, Igvella said you need to run for the hospital board. Do not do that. I'm telling you right now, it was very, very difficult. A lot of sleepless nights. But I will say to you, the hospital we have now is an absolute dream. And it struggled. I was on when we had 2 days cash for all the employees. I don't know how they got cash, maybe robbed the bank. I have no idea. But I was on that board. But, you know, as Kelso has offered, I liked what you said, Take Flight. This is a great group that's coming in, you know, and I'm so excited about that. And I think as Kelso has shared, we've looked at the cemeteries, parklets, that really will enable this council to move forward and actually give the town of Sonoma, the people and our tourists, an actual al fresco, something to really look forward to, because I think we do like outdoor dining. So I think that's a wonderful way to move forward. and other things here in Sonoma that are very exciting. I grew up in San Francisco. I'm used to 55 degrees. I almost die in the summer, so because it's too hot for me. But this is cold now, so I'm so happy. And I've loved working with the staff. We've gone through, we've had some trials and tribulations in the last 2 or 3 years. And I've met wonderful people throughout the county serving on different commissions. I still plan to stay working on the issues of homeless. I am one of my things. In fact, I spoke to Mr. Wallander about it recently. I would like, as president of the board for the Women's Club Foundation, to get the Women's Club recognition on that plaza. We wouldn't even have a plaza if it wasn't for the Women's Club, and they actually started as a sanitation committee. And then there were no council members, there were trustees. And the trustees were thankful to the Women's Club because they also raised the money. I don't know where women got money when they didn't even have the right to vote, but those women got money. They had property, they had it all. So that plaza you see, if you could see an old picture with the horses and a quasi-prison and pavilion, I don't think anybody would come here as a tourist. So what's happened to it is the most amazing thing. That's my big job, really, is to get women's recognition on on our plaza. So I really appreciate being able to serve the public. As Kelso said, the job's simple. All you have to do is serve the public. It's such a simple job. And I really am very proud to have served here. And this is just, one of my things that I'm going to be doing, and I look forward to my future. I've already outlived my family's familial death. Everybody goes at 71. No, I've just continued, maybe because God's afraid of me and he doesn't want me up there. I have no idea. But I just love, I love what we're doing. And good luck, Mr. Gurney, Miss Patricia Farrar Rivas, and also Ron Wellander. You are going to be a super team, and I hope we have set that pace for you to do wonderful things, because we've cleaned up a lot of stuff that should have been cleaned up. And as Kelso offered, take flight.
That's great.
And thank you for this.
Well, Madeline, you are a force of nature. And there isn't a place that you can go in Sonoma where you haven't been and where you haven't met somebody, and you've made a difference in their life, and they remember you and they talk about you. And in San Mateo, as you know, I have many contacts down in that part of the world, and they also speak so highly of you and the service that you've offered. So thank you so much, and thank you for always having just an amazing attitude about things. That it's just wonderful, and it's been a pleasure to work with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Ron.
Just briefly, Madeline, because I could go on for quite a while, even longer than Kelso, but I just want to, you have just been a pleasure for me to know and to engage with and to work with, and I just love every minute that I've been around you, so thank you so much.
Thank you, likewise.
Thank you.
Likewise.
Your favorite comments?
I've already, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No one wants it's hard. I already, yeah, right.
Just keep
All right.
laughing at me.
I will.
Actually, and Madeline, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you bring lots of the experience to our city council. I know you have been in the politician for decades, from the Venezuela, and also from the federal levels, and you can see the local staff from the big picture. That is your specialty. Sometimes you told me, oh, even I don't want to see the detail. I can smell something. That is the quality of the Madeline. That is really, really, she just like the mind and a mentor. Look at the things. The most important thing and impressed me is at the beginning of the pandemic, and you and the Women's Club raise another money using that heart and then you contribute and $5,000 to six later in the process. Yeah, together six to the Sonoma overnight support. That I still remember. Appreciate. I was selected by the board, and it was honor to take over your donations. I still remember. On behalf of SOS, our homeless population, I want to say thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right. I think right now it's time for me to open to public. I believe a lot of the great comments.
Hi, Sheila O'Neill, Shellville, Sonoma. Thank you to all 5 of you. And you've all come in different circumstances, and you've guided the city of Sonoma through some really rough patches here. Not just with the pandemic, but with a lot of turmoil in the city council, people leaving for various reasons, and appointments taking place. And I've had the pleasure of being on the planning commission with Chair Felder, with Council Barnett. Jack, you've always been such an inspiration to me. I just enjoy every encounter we have together. Madeline is an inspiration as well. She is Sonoma, and she just wants us all to live with hope and with commitment to the community, and I appreciate that. And Sandra, I've only gotten to know you over the last couple of years, and I can't believe what a fabulous council we've had, and how sad I am that this isn't going to be the council anymore. And like you, I'm inspired by the new council. But I just want to take this moment to really thank you guys, because you've dedicated hours upon hours of your lives and taken time away from your families and from your own interests, and you've done this to serve our community, and I thank you for that. So my sincere appreciation to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila.
Robert Demler, Sonoma. My thanks to you 3. It's I've been amazed at how you and the other of you, all 5 of you, have managed and tolerated this transition period on steroids that we've had recently. I can't thank you as a private citizen enough for how you've handled things. I also want to thank you for continuing to accept my phone calls. Also for tolerating my Demler emails, which were sincere and somewhat pointed at times, but I love Sonoma too. The Sonoma crowd, the Sonoma fan club is huge in this town, and I'm very happy to be part of it, and I know you 3 that are departing, as well as the mayor and council member Lowe, are also members of that fan club for sure. And I appreciate that. And special thanks to Madeline, Madame Agramonte. When you were mayor, you came to the Sonoma League and sang my praises. I'm here to sing your praises tonight. I remember sitting in the plaza. We were commiserating about some things that were going on at the time, and they passed. Everything passes eventually, and your support for the league, we greatly appreciated that, very, very much so. So thank you to you 3.
Thank you, Robert.
Good evening, Fred Hollebach, 19550 8th Street East. I wanted to come here tonight to honor the changing of the guard and the people who are leaving, and I'd like to say to Madeline that it's been a fun and a pleasure to work for you outside of the council, and one of the great benefits of that was meeting Rich here, so I really appreciate that. And Bob, I always admired you as the chair of the Planning Commission. I said to myself, I want to be a chair like Bob. And so I did get to be the chair of the CSEC, and I tried to emulate you, and I still will if I get to be the chair of any other committees or commissions. And Kelso, when you came in, I think I said that I'm to the left of Karl Marx, but I still support Kelso. And so as you're stepping out, I like to say the same thing, and I look forward to seeing you outside of the council in the future.
Thank you, Fred.
Well, I've been up enough, so I'll be brief. All three of you who are departing are quite different in personalities and capacities and style, but the one thing you do share is a deep care for the city. Enough care that you've put aside your private life, you've put aside the time you could have spent in other ways, and devoted, as I well know, countless hours simply because you care about this town. And it's a rare commodity, frankly, in this day and age, to know people who are willing to put aside the convenience of their own lives, the timings of their vacations, the time they spend with their children or their grandchildren or their spouses, and to spend it here and in other meetings simply because you care that deeply about the future and the present of this community. So I thank you for that, and I join the others in expressing my gratitude.
Thank you, Larry. Anybody else we are expecting? Oh, yes, your turn.
If I may.
Yes, definitely.
Just in time. Hi, Ezra Shaban on behalf of State Senator Bill Dodd, who couldn't be here tonight. Wanted to give a special thanks to our outgoing council members, Councilmember Agramonte, the Dean of the Sonoma City Council, for your years of service and your continuity that you've provided during a time of a lot of change for the council, and Vice Mayor Barnett, Councilmember Felder, for really stepping up and continuing your many years of service on the Planning Commission and in numerous ways. Sorry, I just ran here to get here in time from Sacramento, but really just want to thank you all and have certificates on behalf of the senator for each of you. So thank you very much for your service to the city, the Senate, and the state legislature. Thanks you as well.
Thank you, Isa. Appreciate it. Thank you. Not enough, always. I would like to check with the Zoom, if any. All right. If no Zoom, anybody else in this room? All right. Yeah, Matt. Yeah, it's your turn.
Well, my planning commission colleagues already spoke, so I figured, what else is there to say? And there are enough Wyrics behind microphones tonight, so I'll just take a moment. Councilmember Agramonte, thank you so much for your service. You're always, for lack of a better term, the life of the party. Watching you take the microphone at Plaza events and swoon the crowd with your charisma is always a blast. Thank you also for your faith in me to serve on the Planning Commission. I hope that I can fulfill your expectations in that role. Kelso, Councilman Barnett, people like you and your knack for service and your hometown pride aren't really as easy to come by as they once were. And your legacy to Sonoma will be a testament to the ages. You'll hopefully have your headshot on the wall going up the stairs at City Hall too, all those people that have come before us and that you and I often talk about as kids having looked up to. Councilman Felder, thank you so much. I couldn't think of any other place that I'd rather be in retirement than sitting up here and dealing with all of this madness. But I always appreciated, in the short time we served together on the Planning Commission, your sage and resolute wisdom, your many years of service in the private sector obviously contributed to your success in that role. With that said, I'm excited for the new council. I think that all three new council members will be a huge asset to the city, and hopefully every bit as much as you all have. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, the next, I would like to hand over to our acting the city manager, Wayne Wyrick.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and
Take a break at any point. Just was asking for.
we
some
are.
people.
I'll be very brief.
Okay,
and
yes,
then,
very
brief.
it might be. Is it a good time to take a break after this item? Yeah. I think it is. So, well, first of all, I just want to say I did a little bit of math, and the group of council members that are leaving represent 46 plus years of formal public service to not only this communities, but in the case of Madeline, another community, Daly City. And I, on behalf of city staff and the community as a whole, I just want to express our sincere appreciation and gratitude for all your dedication and hard work and your service. And, Booker T. Washington said, those who are happiest are those who do the most for others. And there's no doubt in my mind that you three will be very, very happy people. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Right now, I suggest we have the 5 minutes and the break, and also thank you so much again for
There you go.
All right. Thank you, everyone. City Council meeting is going on. Agenda number 7, City Council reorganization. 7.1, introduction and oath of the office of the new City Council member, Patricia Farrar Rivers, John Gurney, and Ron Wallander. Right now, I would like to hand over to our city clerk, Rebecca Barr.
Thank you, Mayor Dean. As part of the consent calendar this evening, the council accepted the certification that I presented of the final results of the election, declaring Patricia Farrar Rivas, John Gurney, and Rob Mullender that they've been elected to the office of City Council. So at this time, we'll proceed with their oaths of office, and we'll start with Patricia Farrar Rivas, if she would come up.
Great.
Would you like me here? Okay.
If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Patricia Farrar Rivas,
Council member.
Councilwoman,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter. Thank you very much.
I'm presenting you with your certificate of
All
election.
right,
and your
great.
oath of office. Let me
I'm gonna grab a pen. And thank you, Robbie. I thought you might be here. So you want me to sign three one? Okay. I have a long name. My grandmother would want to make sure I use my best penmanship for this. So there we go. All right.
I'll sign it, and then I'm going to give it back to you.
Okay.
I'm also going to present you with your pen, your lapel pen for the city, and if you want to have someone of your choosing continue, then welcome.
This is Luis Armando Rivas Jr., my husband.
Yes. There you go. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you. I would. I just, I guess I should look this way. Okay, thank you. So I just want to just tell everybody how honored and humbled I am and thankful and grateful to the voters of Sonoma, to all of the people that volunteered, that had events for me, those people that had events for all of the people, all of the candidates, how thankful I am to them for the work that they did to make this a really wonderful process that we all went through. Also, of course, want to be able to thank the original stewards of this land, the Coast Miwok, and also the Pomo people. Really appreciate their stewardship and their gratitude so that we now can live on this land. And also, of course, want to thank my family, my husband, of course, Louis Rivas, my nephew, John Farrar, and my daughter-in-law, Amber Ward. She's like my daughter-in-law, and Emma, my granddaughter, who's not here, that all helped on the campaign. But just want to let everybody know that I'm really committed to service of this community and committed to doing all that I can, going 110%, so that we have a Sonoma that is an equitable Sonoma, a Sonoma that is safe, and a Sonoma that flourishes. Thank you. Oh, I get to go.
The opposite of musical chairs, so you just get to do that.
I should have had you do that before. You can go.
Wherever you like.
So while she's taking her seat, I'll have John Gurney come up, please. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. Begin to attack the nose, so you can put it there very well. I state your name.
I, John Gurney,
Council member.
council member,
Do solemnly
do solemnly swear
swear that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
That I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely
That I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
And I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties I am about to enter. Thank you.
He'd rather have you do it.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, please. Somebody pin me, please.
Does it hurt yet?
Not yet.
Whoop. Having trouble with this one. There you go, buddy. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
And John, you can make your comments from the dais if you'd like.
I'm sorry. No. Oh, how cool it's going to be. Okay.
I'll grab it for you, or they're watching.
Where should I sit?
Anywhere.
I'm going to sit next to Jack.
Yeah.
Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you. So my comments are going to be very brief. Thank you very much to the community, my supporters, and I've got 3 lapel pins on today. One, the American flag. Today is Pearl Harbor Day, and I think we should never forget. And the second pin I have is the Rotary pin. And as a Rotary member, I'm inspired by the
one of the principles of Rotary, and that is service above self. And so as your council member, I will always be providing service above myself. And then last but not least, the new city of Sonoma Penn, and I am honored to be here. I will represent you well, objectively, and always in the best interest of the community. Thank you.
And now, last but not least, Ron Wellender. Ron, if you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ron Wellender, council member,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that
will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance
I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California.
and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely
I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
upon which I'm about to enter. Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
And here's your pen. Do you have someone?
I do. My partner.
Thank you. Good. Thank you. Go ahead.
I too believe that brevity is in order, so I will not speak long. But I do want to thank certainly the people of Sonoma and their support they gave me through this process. I also am very excited about the opportunity to work with what I think is going to be a very diversified council. And I had the opportunity to sit as chair on the planning for 2 years, and one of the things I greatly admired about the Planning Commission is it was made up of a lot of different personalities. And I believe I'm entering into a similar situation where we will be a council of different personalities, but we will all be looking through the singular lens of what's in the best interest of Sonoma. I humbly accept this obligation, this opportunity, and I look forward to serving you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, new council members. Congratulations. The meeting is going on. Agenda number 7.2. City Council reorganization. Point 1, recognition of outgoing Mayor Jack Dean.
With your permission, Mr. Mayor, I would like to take that on. Would you mind?
Definitely.
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, we have this beautiful memento for you.
Oh, that is much better. Wow, it's big.
Look at that.
I never see this.
It's gorgeous.
Yes. Oh, all right, little bit here. That's great. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And let me
Thank you.
just say a few
Wow.
words. I have
That's
to
great.
say a few words about Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Every time I call Jack, I say, My mayor. He is the mayor of Sonoma. He is the most, if you have ever had the privilege of being at the Tuesday night farmers market with Jack, it's just a love fest. Hi, Jack. Hey, Jack. The city just exudes love and respect for you. And, I can't even put in words how wonderful it makes me feel to have the mayor be so well loved and liked in a town. It's just a wonderful, refreshing thing. It's just everyone wants to come up and talk to you and shake your hand and tell you something or other. And you've meant so much to me on this council over the last year. I mean, it's been, just as people have said, sort of a tumultuous year. And it wouldn't have gone as smoothly, and you wouldn't have heard the love fest that you heard for the last hour if it weren't for the steady hand of our mayor, Jack Ding. And he has just done such a wonderful job of always it being inclusive, being friendly, being respectful of everyone, whether it's the staff, the audience, the other council members. And I just can't say enough about how meaningful that was to all of us. And I don't think it goes without saying that he's informed us of things that we didn't know about. If you haven't been to the library and heard his presentation about the Chinese immigrants and their contributions to the city of Sonoma, I really hope you do that again, because I learned so much from that. And so he's enhanced our world in welcoming in history and knowledge that we didn't have before, and being a beacon for that. And so I want to thank you. I want to wish you well in everything that you do. You will always be my mayor, because I came on this council and you helped me so much. And I want to thank you so much for your service. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Public, oh, well, would you please invite public comment, Mr. Mayor?
Sure, yeah. So now, before the public comments, I want to say thank you, everyone. Your trust, your acceptance is amazing. Let me move forward. As Sandra Lowe just mentioned, I'm from the different. I look different, I'm thinking different, but one thing is the same. That is, I have a dream. I'm an immigrant living American dream. Sonoma helped me realize this kind of a dream. Thank you, Sonoma. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
I think you have some public comment
Yes,
out there.
public comments.
I'm Madeline Agramani, 471 Pear Tree Court. Yeah, I'm done. I challenge each one of you to help our outgoing mayor bring the ting to Sonoma.
Yes.
That's all I'm asking.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
On the list.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Robert Demler, Sonoma. Former Vice Mayor Barnett mentioned that he supported all three of the new candidates and the new council members. I also, and I supported the two others that are on the council as well. This is in great contrast to several years ago when I supported three candidates and they all lost. So I've learned how to be more selective. Mayor Dean has helped Sonoma open its doors to the world. Not only has he been a supporter of the Sonoma League and the Masonati House, but he's a big supporter of the Sister Cities. And I think the Sister Cities is an integral part of our greater governance, involvement of citizens, etc. And I have had the pleasure, thanks to Jack Ding, my dear friend, to participate in a number of those events of visitors, Chinese, Hungarians, Ukrainians. They all come to Sonoma. The whole world knows about Sonoma. I've lived in some very strange places in the world, in North Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa and in Europe and Eastern Europe. And the world knows about Sonoma. So it's time we take some of that TOT money and start beautification instead of marketing, because the world knows Sonoma. But Jack has given Sonoma to the world and welcomed the world to Sonoma, and for that I am very grateful, and I think he's done an outstanding job. We all bring different talents, and Jack has really honored us with his talents. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sheila O'Neill. I lived in Asia for 10 years, and I learned to speak Japanese and tried to give presentations in Japanese, and it was really stressful. And when I moved to Hong Kong, I tried to learn to speak Chinese, and I know how incredibly challenging it is. And I have so much admiration for you that you conduct these meetings really well. And we know this isn't your native language. And I love the thought and the carefulness and the professionalism you put into these meetings. And as somebody who's been a foreigner and knows how challenging that is, I just want to really acknowledge that and say that for any one of us it's hard, but you've taken it with an extra challenge that it was not your native language. And I also just want to recognize that there are so many people on social media saying negative things and being really nasty, and you're always bringing the positive. And so thank you for being exactly what this town needs, and thank you for being willing to put yourself up there in a very challenging situation and make us all look good. Thank you, Mayor Ding.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheila.
Mayor Ding, and it gives me such pleasure to say that. I'm going to share a moment going down memory lane when I was on council, and you said, do you ever think that one day I could run for council? Look at you now. I just want to say, as anyone who is on council, you're always encouraging anyone who has the wish and the desire to run for council. And you have been an exemplary model for people to mentor. And this is no small accomplishment. It is large. And just like I depended upon you during my term with your Sister Cities Association, you were ambassador. You always are ambassador. I don't know, you probably go to sleep as an ambassador, all right? You know, it's in you. It's born inside of you. And you have this wonderful gift of making everyone feel welcome, respected, and wanting to contribute. Thank you so much. It has been my pleasure to see you in this position. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Hi, Fred Allbach again. Jack, I'm really glad to be your friend and to be a part of your American dream. And we know that you've come a long way from the Chinese people in the 1860 census to being the mayor of Sonoma. And so I admire you for the way you always look at complex issues and say, well, we can work it out. So I admire that, Jack, and it's been fun to have you as mayor, and I've been really glad that you're mayor of Sonoma.
Thank you, Fred. Appreciate
it. A lot of exercise tonight. Jack, it's been a pleasure working with you. You appointed me to the Planning Commission during the last round of appointments, and I appreciate that very much. I guess for the next 3 months at least until the new commission is seated, I'll be moving up from vice chair to the acting chair of the commission, and I hope I will serve your and the rest of the council's interests well. That's my hope. I have the pleasure of knowing all 5 of you quite well at this point in my life. I was on the panel that originally interviewed and hired John Gurney as the police chief back in, what year was that, John? 1994 or 93? It was even before I was on the city council in 94. And so I think John will be a wonderful council member. I've gotten to know Patricia, and I supported her campaign, and I know that she's going to bring great acumen and real-world experience to the group. I'm looking forward to everything that she can contribute. Ron, I've worked with on the Planning Commission. He was a very able and delightful Planning Commission chair. He treated the public with respect, always, maintained the decorum of the meetings, and I expect he will do the same as a council member. And all of you, really, I'm very excited by the prospect of you working together. I think it's going to be a great group of 5. And Jack, while you won't be mayor this next term, you're going to still be on the sacrificial altar. And all of you up there, if you haven't experienced yet, you will be the lightning rods for this community, both the positive expressions of the energy and the negative expressions of the energy. Takes great fortitude, but it can also become a path forward in terms of personal growth and experience when you encounter all these forms of energy sent in your direction. So I wish you well. I look forward to working with you all and continuing what really has been not just a working relationship, but very nice friendship with each of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. For those who don't know me, my name is Laura Beltran, and I'm a field representative for your new state assembly member, Awia Curry. So I had a pleasure of meeting Jack earlier last week, and I'm sad that I won't be able to work you in the mayor capacity. You're really welcoming and really helped me understand a lot of what the city is working on and future goals. And I'm excited to get to know each of one of the council members here. I have the pleasure to already know Sandra. And so I just want to just formally introduce myself. Our office is open for business for the city of Sonoma, and I am waiting for the phone calls for all the constituencies. So thank you, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Well, I think everyone said everything much more eloquently than I can say, Jack, but really you've come to symbolize Sonoma, and the passion and energy and positivity that you bring really deserves kudos, and I know in your council role you'll continue that. So thank you very much on behalf of Senator Dodd and the state legislature for all you've done and all you're going to continue to do.
Thank you. Thank you, Isa.
Name and address still? Is that required? I'm sorry? God, I'm dropping one. Okay. Robert Frank Larkin Drive. Without being pleasantly redundant to everyone else here, because, you know, this is your night. And I swore to myself, I'm not going to say anything. But there is one question that is obvious to me. And then I know that you're in constant pursuit of a city manager. And Mr. Kelso Barnett, have you been considered, or would you consider yourself for that role? And if you don't mind my asking in public, why not? Oh, no, it doesn't pay enough. Whatever. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments from the Zoom, please? No. All right. I think we need to move on. Let's close the public comments. Thank you again, and everyone. The next item is select a new mayor for the year of 2023. So I would like to ask for nomination for the position of the mayor of the city of Sonoma. Please, Patricia.
Hello, I'm very happy to make this one of my first official nominations, but I would like to nominate Sandra Lowe to be the next mayor of Sonoma.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'll second the nomination.
That's great. Okay. We don't need a second, but very good in the support comments. That is wonderful. So now, right now, I would like to open to the public.
Mayor Ding, I'm sorry, you need to call for any additional nominations, and they don't go to the public yet.
Okay. I would like to, this is the first nomination. I would like to see, I'm waiting for the second nomination. No? All right. Okay. We have the one nomination. That is Councilmember Sandra Lowe will become next year's mayor of the city of the Sonoma. Right now, I open to public for the comments. All right. So, yes, come up. Yeah, maybe today we talked too much. That is right. That is correct. You know, we open to the public, and also I want to check the Zoom.
There's no one on Zoom. I think you can proceed with the
Okay.
roll call.
Roll call. All right. Again, we have only the one nomination. Right now, I would ask the city clerk, Rebecca Barr, for the roll call, please.
Thank you. Councilmember Ferrara Rivas.
Yay.
Councilmember Wellender.
Yes.
Councilmember Gurney.
Yes.
Councilmember Lowe.
Yes.
Mayor Ding.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion carries. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Let me know.
Thank you so much.
It's time, also the photo time.
Oh, photo time?
Yes. Will be here is good, or yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would change my seat. Yeah, you.
Do we need to change
Yeah, you have changed seat right away.
Right away, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Goodness gracious. All right. There's
Yes.
an extra spot.
That's great.
Okay. Okay. I'll adjust my seat at some point because I have a hard time seeing over this monitor here. I'm vertically challenged. I don't want this meeting to go so long as that clock being correct. And I just, and I don't have a speech or anything. I'm completely humbled by all of this, and I want to thank all of you so much for your support. And for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Sandra Lowe, and I've raised my 4 kids in this town. I taught at Sonoma High. I sat on the school board, and I love Sonoma, and I just hope to continue to do good things for everyone in the community, and that includes the 40,000 people population that Kelso brought up. And I hope that in the future that we are, at some point, one Sonoma, one city. And I just want to thank you so much, and thank again Mayor Ding for just being such an incredible role model. I can only hope to be as successful as you have been. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So at this point, I'd like to entertain nominations for the vice mayor, if there are any. Mr. Wellender.
Yes, I would like to nominate the former police chief, Mr. Gurney, for vice mayor.
I will second. Oh, no, it's just the one, yeah.
We're making a new process as we go along.
I seconded that with support, right?
I think you've got at least 2 votes, John. Okay. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? You will learn that I know Robert's rules. I don't believe it's named after anyone in particular, but I do know them well. Is there any further nominations? Hearing none, nominations are closed. May I ask the clerk to please call for the roll?
Councilmember Farrar Rivas. Aye. Councilmember Wellender.
Yes.
Councilmember Gurney. Oh, yeah. For one more minute.
What do I say?
Yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Dean
Aye.
and Mayor Lowe.
With gratitude, yes.
Thank you. The
Thank
motion
you.
carries unanimously.
Congratulations. I'm so honored. I'm so honored. I told the vice mayor that I was here one night when he was had something very important going on in this room, and I've always been supportive, and I'm so happy to have you here. Would you like to say a few words?
Well, I look forward to serving the community in the role of vice mayor, whatever that really means. I'm sure I'll figure it out as we go along. And I look forward to your experience and guidance, and actually I look forward to everything that each of you bring to the dais and to the community. So thank you.
So much. At some point, we were to ask for public comment in the middle of these nominations, and so if there's anyone who has public comment at this point regarding the nominations, we were remiss in not asking them. Ms. Agramonte, were you approaching the mic to say something?
We were just leaving, but Jack, I'd like to say Doge. Doge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And also, of course, John, I endorsed you for a certain reason, and I know you're going to do exactly what I wanted you to do. Thank you.
Always the last word, Madeline Agramonte.
Tough, tough, tough.
Thank you, John.
Madeline.
Thank you.
Thank
Madeline,
you.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you, Madeline Agramonte, for.
Do you want this?
Um,
That's not yours. Okay. Oh, it's.
I believe we're at the end of the agenda, so I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn. It's non-debatable. Motion to adjourn. So ordered by acclamation. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's great.